Hello, welcome to Jae Walking. It is November 9th and this is episode 21. I was stopping here and looking at these. Oh my God, look at these gorgeous arrangements. They smell so beautiful. Looks like, Christmas is getting there. It's almost upon us. That's my light, so I'm going to go across the road here. I'm downtown Oakville. Finally caught some of the shops open for a change, which is awesome because normally when I come down here it's a little bit later and everything's closed, so kind of fun to see everything open. Anyway, today I had a really interesting conversation I wanted to share with you with Alison Graham. We were talking about I think she had written and recorded something about quitting your job and what happens when you quit your job and why you quit your job, and the conversation was about about change, and when you quit something, when you leave something, what is the reason that you leave it, but more importantly, are you taking yourself with you when you make the change and go someplace else? So here's what I mean by that. She was talking about quitting a job, and I was equating it to sometimes you get in a relationship and you quit the relationship, you just that wasn't working, or sometimes you're in a home environment and you go, no, I don't like the neighborhood, I got to leave, and it could be anything to do with maybe somebody that you live next to or somebody that you're working with, or it could be working conditions, could be all kinds of things, any kind of external factor, you name it. But how many times do people go from one job to the next, or one relationship to the next, or one environment to the next, and each time that they do that, they seem to find the same issue, just like when people have that they're in a relationship or in a business or something, and every time that they sort of start to get ahead, they start to make money, they start to somehow they seem to find a way that they end up right back in the same situation that they were before, right? So what Alice and I were talking about was, each time that you make those shifts, you take yourself with you, right? So, how important it is on a regular basis to check yourself and say, is it the external factors that are causing the issue, or is it me? And isn't it difficult to look at ourselves objectively like that and go, okay, how did I contribute to the situation? And maybe what is it that I need to do a little differently, or maybe think a little differently? A lot of times I find it's about expectation. And sometimes, you set your expectations at a certain level, and it's purely that your expectations were challenged. So, other times it could be something that, that you feel is part of your values, is important to you. Then you get into a relationship and somebody challenges you, or at work somebody challenges you, and it makes you redefine what your values are and redefine that line in the sand. Each time that you run into that, it's a learning experience, right? So, a chance to look at not just the external factors about what's important to me, and narrow down that to create your ideal environment, but who am I? How am I contributing to that environment? And how am I contributing to my success? A lot of times it's just a little bit of a shift in attitude or a shift in perspective, right? So anyway, as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and always remember to take a human approach and succeed deliberately.